When I married him, I never told my fiancé or his mom that the apartment we lived in was mine. I'm so glad I kept that secret because right after the wedding, he and his mom started planning something sneaky. The phone rang at 6:30 in the morning. Olivia opened her eyes and reached for her cell phone. The number was one she didn't know, but something told her to answer. Hello. Good morning. This is the Apex Realty Group. May I speak to Ms. Olivia Sterling? Yes, that's me. We got a request to look at your apartment at 1281 Bayview Street, Unit 203. When would be a good time for us to come see the property? Olivia sat up in bed, suddenly wide awake. I'm sorry, but I didn't ask for that. You must have the wrong person. One moment, please. She heard the sound of papers on the other end. Our records show the request was made by an Olivia Sterling last night, around 7 p.m. I'll say it again, I didn't ask for any look around. And I am not selling my apartment. Understand. We are very sorry for the trouble. It looks like there was a mistake. Olivia put the phone down on the pillow and looked at her husband, Jabari, sleeping next to her. He was snoring a little, with his arms spread out, not knowing a thing. But it was strange. How did the real estate people get her information, and, even more, the exact address of her apartment? Olivia had never told him the home was hers. From the very start of dating Jabari, she told him it was her Aunt Zora's place. Aunt Zora was her mom's younger sister. She said Aunt Zora was now living in a care home in Atlanta because she was sick, and she let her niece stay in the apartment for now. Why did Olivia lie? She didn't know the exact reason. It was just that when Jabari walked her home after their second date and asked if she paid rent, something inside her said, "Don't tell the truth." Olivia listened to that inner voice and made up the story about Aunt Zora. She had bought the apartment 5 years before. She worked as someone who works with money at a big company in New York like BlackRock. She saved every penny, did extra jobs and spent very little. She saved for 3 years, then got a small loan for the apartment, which she paid off in 2 years. Now the 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment in a nice area near the subway was all hers. It was her safe place, her biggest win. But for some reason, she kept it a secret from Jabari. Olivia got up, put on her silk robe, and went to the kitchen to start the coffee maker. Her head hurt with a worried feeling. Real estate people don't just call for no reason. Someone had given them her address and name. But who? Morning, Queen. Jabari appeared in the kitchen doorway, sleepy and messy. He hugged her from behind and kissed her neck. Why are you up so early? I couldn't sleep. Olivia poured coffee into 2 mugs. I got a really strange call just now. Oh yeah, from who? A real estate company. They said I asked them to see how much my apartment is worth. Jabari was still for a second, then started laughing. Probably just people selling things on the phone, babe. They're getting tricky now. But they knew the exact address. Well, addresses are easy to find these days. Companies sell that information all the time. Olivia nodded, but she still felt uneasy. Jabari seemed real, but for a tiny moment when she talked about the real estate people, she saw something in his eyes. Worry. Fear. They drank their coffee. Jabari went to take a shower. Olivia grabbed her phone, found the company's number, and typed it into Google. Yes, the company was real, around for 10 years with good reviews. She called them back. Apex Realty Group speaking. Hi, this is Olivia Sterling again. You called me this morning about the apartment value. Yes, I remember. Can you tell me who exactly made the request? Can you check? One moment. More sound of papers. The request was made by a man. He said he was your husband. He said you were planning to sell your aunt's apartment. Olivia felt a cold chill spread through her. Is he? Thank you. She hung up. It was Jabari. He had made the request. Why? Without telling her. Olivia walked around the living room, thinking it over. Maybe he wanted to surprise her, find out the value so they could offer to buy the apartment from Aunt Zora. But if that was true, why wouldn't he just tell her? Jabari came out of the bathroom, dressed and full of energy. I'm going to work. I'll be back late tonight. We have a big project to show. Hey. Olivia kissed him. Good luck. As the front door closed, she sat down on the sofa, her gut feeling screaming. Something was very wrong. She had to find out. Olivia met Jabari 8 months ago at her bank's big yearly party. He was a friend of her co-worker, Imani. Tall, athletic, with a nice smile and smart gray eyes. He was a top engineer at a big building company. They got along at the bar. Jabari was fun to talk to and had a good sense of humor, never making mean or rude jokes. Olivia liked him and they traded numbers. Their first date was at a cozy soul food restaurant in Harlem. Jabari paid attention, asked questions, listened to her answers, and talked about himself. He was 38, never married, and lived with his mom in her apartment. His mom, a former lawyer for the state, was now retired. His dad had died when Jabari was 20. "How long have you been in New York?" Jabari asked. "My whole life," Olivia replied. "Born and raised here. My parents died in a car crash when I was 22. I'm an only child." "I'm so sorry." Jabari took her hand. "That must have been hard being by yourself." "Got used to it. I have an aunt, my mom's sister, but she's been sick and is at a care place. We hardly ever see each other." "And where are you living now?" "In my aunt's apartment. She lets me stay there while she's away." Jabari nodded. "That's handy. Does your aunt plan on coming back soon?" "I'm not sure. Depends on her health." Olivia didn't think much about the question then. Just normal wondering. They dated for 4 months. Jabari treated her very well. Flowers, nice gifts, romantic dinners. Olivia was in love. At 33, she had finally met a man she wanted to build a life with. She met his mother, Nyala, 2 months later. Jabari had waited to introduce them. "My mom is a tough person," he explained. "She gets very attached. I need to get her ready." The meeting was at Nyala's apartment. Nyala Amara, about 65, was a thin woman with a sharp look and a cool face. She dressed simply but very neatly and kept her distance. "So this is the young lady you've been telling me so much about," she said, looking Olivia over. "Sit down, dear. Let's have some tea." All evening, Nyala asked Olivia about her life, job and family, seeming very interested in her relatives. "You said your aunt is your only family left." Nyala checked. "Yes, that's right. No one else." "And where is she living?" "At a care center. She has heart problems. Poor woman." "And does she own a home?" "I live there now." "By yourself?" "By myself." Nyala looked at her son. The look meant something, but Olivia didn't understand it then. After tea, Nyala walked her to the door and said quietly, "Jabari is a good boy. Don't hurt him." "Course not," Olivia nodded. When she left, Jabari texted her. "My mom likes you. She said you're a proper young woman." Olivia was so happy. The mom's okay was always important. A month later, Jabari asked her to marry him. Olivia hadn't expected things to move so fast, but she said yes. She really loved this man. They had a small wedding. Jabari wanted a simple party. "Why waste lots of money on a big show?" he said. Olivia agreed. They had a small ceremony and a dinner for close friends. Nyala Amara was nice at the wedding, hugging Olivia and calling her daughter. But in her eyes, Olivia saw that strange, planning look again. After the wedding, Jabari moved into Olivia's apartment. Nyala stayed in her own apartment. "Finally we're together," Jabari said, hugging his wife. "This is our home now." "Aunt Zora's home," Olivia corrected. "Well, technically, but we live here, so it's ours." Olivia stayed quiet. Something in his words bothered her, but she wasn't sure what. The first few weeks of being married were calm. Jabari was a caring husband, helped around the house, and made breakfast. Olivia felt happy. But then the odd behavior started. Jabari began taking long, quiet phone calls with his mom, going onto the balcony to talk. When Olivia asked what they were talking about, he brushed her off. Just mom asking for tips about the house. Nyala also started visiting a lot, coming over without telling them first. Olivia politely tried to say that a warning would be nice, but Nyala didn't care. "I'm Jabari's mother," she'd say. "I have the right to visit my son." One day, Olivia came home from work earlier than usual, unlocked the door, and heard voices in the kitchen. Jabari and Nyala were talking quietly about something. Olivia walked quietly closer, listening. "We need to move faster," Nyala was saying. "The aunt could leave the care place any time." "Faster," Nyala was saying. "The aunt could leave the care place any time." "Hold on, Mom. We have to do this the right way. Doing it right means doing it fast. The longer we wait, the bigger the problem." "I know, but Olivia isn't silly. She'll feel something is wrong. Then get her used to the idea. Make her think it's for her own good." Olivia froze. What were they talking about? What was the plan? She made noise with the front door on purpose and walked into the kitchen. "Hi, I'm home." Jabari and Nyala sat at the table looking innocent, with cups of tea in front of them. "Ali, you're early." Jabari smiled. Mom just stopped by to talk. You see. Olivia kissed her husband and nodded to her mother-in-law. How are you? Wonderful, dear. Nyala finished her tea and stood up. Have to go. Work to do. Once Nyala left, Olivia asked, what were you two talking about? Just small talk. Mom was asking how we're doing and all that. Oh, and she offered to help us fix up the place. She wants to give us some money for new furniture. We don't need new furniture, Jabari. Ali, she's just trying to be helpful. Don't say no. Jabari, I don't want to take money from your mom. We can take care of ourselves. He frowned. Why do you always act this way? Mom is trying to be nice. I'm not against nice. I'm against her getting into our lives. She's not getting into them. She's helping. Olivia didn't argue, but her worried feeling got stronger. They were up to something. She knew it. The next day, Olivia decided to test her worries. She called her friend Kesha, who worked at the city records office. Kesha, hey, can you check something for me? Sure, what's up? I need to know if anyone has tried to look at papers or search for my apartment lately. Your apartment? Kesha sounded surprised. Something wrong. Just being careful. Please check. All right, give me a couple of days. Olivia hung up and thought. Maybe she was being too worried. Maybe Nyala really wanted to help, but her gut screamed, something is not right. That evening, Jabari came home from work in a great mood. Ali, I have news for you. What is it? Mom found someone to buy the apartment. Olivia was shocked. Which apartment? This one. Your aunt's place. What? Don't worry. It's all okay. Mom used to be a state lawyer. She knows people. She found someone who is ready to buy the apartment for a good price. Your aunt gets the money, and we'll find our own place. Jabari. Olivia spoke slowly, saying every word clearly. Are you crazy? What? He looked at her confused. What business is it of your mom's to find buyers for this place? What right does she have? Ali, she just wants to help us. Help? She's getting into someone else's business. This is Aunt Zora's apartment. Not yours, not mine, and for sure not your mom's. But we live here. We need a steady place. A steady place. Olivia felt the anger boiling up inside her. Jabari, do you get what your mom is doing? She's looking for buyers without the owner knowing. That's against the law. We were just trying to. I don't care what you were trying to do. Olivia raised her voice. She had no patience for being pushed. Tell your mom to stop right now. Jabari turned pale. Don't yell at me. Jabari turned pale. Don't yell at me. I'm not yelling. I'm telling you to stop getting into my things. Your things. It's your aunt's apartment. Yes, my aunt's, not your mom's. Let her worry about her own things. Jabari grabbed his jacket. I'm not listening to this. I'm going to mom's. Go, Olivia said coldly. The door slammed. Olivia was alone. Her hands were shaking with anger. They were planning something for sure, and she was going to find out the truth. The next day, Kesha called. Ali, how are you doing? I'm fine. What did you find? Listen, there were tries to look into your apartment. 3 days ago, someone asked to see the ownership papers and tried to find out if there were any money problems. And they did it through a company called Legal Edge. Who asked for it? Officially, the law company Legal Edge, but it could be anyone. These companies often do searches for people. Be careful, Ollie. If someone is this interested in your apartment, it's not by chance. No. Olivia hung up and began to think. Nyala wasn't just talking. She was doing things. Checking papers, looking for buyers. Why? What was the end plan? Olivia opened her laptop and searched for Nyala Amara. She looked through the results. Nothing too interesting. A couple of mentions in old court papers where she was a lawyer. That was 20 years ago. Then she searched for Jabari Amara. Also nothing strange. Olivia bit her lip. Maybe she was being too suspicious. Maybe they were just trying to help in a clumsy way. But the inner voice said, no, this is bad. She called another friend, Simone, who looks into stories for the news. Simone, hey, can you help me out? Depends on with what. I need you to look into some people. My husband and his mom. Simone was quiet for a moment. Ali, what's going on? I think they're planning something about a home. Really? Yes. All right. Send me everything you know. Names, birthdays, addresses. Olivia told her everything she knew. Simone said she would check and call back. Jabari returned 2 days later looking sorry. Ali, I'm sorry. Got angry. Me too. Olivia decided to meet him halfway. Until she knew the full truth, she shouldn't make things worse. Let's forget the fight. Let's. Jabari hugged her. Mom is sorry too. She didn't mean to upset you. But. And she promised to stop getting into our things. Hope so. The next few days were peaceful. Jabari was loving and caring. Olivia almost believed everything was fine. But a week later, Simone called. Olivia almost believed everything was fine, but a week later, Simone called. Ali, we need to meet right away. What happened? Not over the phone. Get to the coffee shop on 6th Avenue now. Olivia felt her heart drop. She lied to Jabari, saying she was staying late at work and drove to the meeting. Simone was waiting at a corner table, her face serious. Sit down, she said. You're not going to like what I'm about to tell you. Just say it. Your mother-in-law, Nayala Amara, did work as a state lawyer, but her permission to work was taken away 15 years ago. For what? Lying and cheating. She handled home sales by faking owners' signatures. She got caught, didn't go to jail but couldn't work as a lawyer anymore. Olivia felt cold all over. Oh my God, that's not all. Your husband, Jabari Amara, is also in on some bad deals. He's been married 2 times before. The first time 10 years ago. His wife owned an apartment she got from family. 6 months after the wedding, the apartment was sold and the money disappeared. The woman asked for a divorce and tried to sue for the money, but she couldn't prove anything. And the second time 7 years ago, the story was almost the same. The wife owned a home outside of Philadelphia. Jabari talked her into selling, saying it was to buy them to sell, takes the money and disappears. And his mom sets it all up. Ali, Simone took her hand. You're in danger. They are after the apartment, but it's not mine, Olivia said without thinking. It's my aunt's. They don't think so. To them you're an easy target. A single black woman living in a family member's house, who they think is sick and weak. Classic target. Olivia stayed quiet, taking in the information. The whole romance, the attention, the kindness, was all an act. Jabari had been playing a part since day one. What should I do? She asked quietly. First, don't tell them the truth about the apartment. If they find out you're the owner, they'll find a way to sue for part of it or make you sell. But we're married. He has some rights. The apartment was bought before the marriage. If the papers are right, he won't get anything but he'll try. That's why you need to get proof of their trick and ask for a divorce before they can do anything. What kind of proof? Recordings of talks, texts, people saying what they saw, anything that shows what they meant to do. Olivia nodded. A plan started to form in her head. In the next days, Olivia played the part of the wife who didn't know. She was sweet, loving and smiled a lot, but secretly she was collecting information. She put a call recording app on Jabari's phone, using the excuse of setting up a helpful work tool. Jabari didn't notice the trick. She also put a small hidden camera in the living room, made to look like a digital clock, and waited. Nayala visited more, bringing up the apartment in every talk. Ali, sweetie, how's your aunt doing? She'd ask. Is she getting better? No change yet, Olivia would reply. Poor woman. How old is she? 72. Oh, at that age it's hard to get better. God forbid, but what if something happens? Does your aunt have a paper saying who gets her things? I don't know. We haven't talked about it. Well, you should. You're the only family. The apartment should go to you. Nayala, I feel bad thinking about this. My aunt is alive, and I hope she'll get better. Course. I just want to make sure you're not left without a place to live. You never know. Olivia quietly nodded, but inside she was boiling. Nayala was testing, trying to find out if there was a will and what Olivia's rights to the home were. One evening when Jabari was out, Nayala came with a folder of papers. Ali, I talked with a lawyer friend of mine, she began. He said it would be better to have a paper from your aunt saying you can act for her just in case. In case of what? In case she gets worse or decides to sell the apartment, you could do things for her. Why would she sell? You never know. She might need money for treatment or she might want to move somewhere else. Nayala, I will not sign any paper like that without my aunt knowing. But it's for your own good. I can manage without that paper. Nayala pressed her lips but didn't push more. She left unhappy. That evening, Olivia checked the camera recording. It showed Nayala, left alone for a few minutes while Olivia was in the kitchen, quickly taking pictures of papers on the table. They were old bills, but the fact was, Nayala was looking through her papers. Olivia saved the recording. A week later, Nyala's friend, a man in his 50s, showed up at the apartment. He said he was a notary public, Mr. Alcott. I'm here at Niola Amara's request, he said, sitting down at the table. I want to help you write up your home papers. What papers? Olivia asked coldly. A simple rent agreement so you have a legal reason to live here. What if your aunt changes her mind or something happens? I have a spoken agreement with my aunt. That's enough. A spoken agreement has no legal power, the notary said in a teaching way. You could be told to leave any time. I won't be told to leave. Are you sure? Yes. The notary looked at Niola. Olivia saw the meaningful look pass between them. Something was not going as they planned. Fine, the notary said, getting his papers. But if you change your mind, call me. Once he left, Jabari tried to talk Olivia into it. You shouldn't have said no. Those papers really would have helped. Jabari, I don't need those papers. And why are you so stuck on this apartment? I'm not stuck. I just want us to have a steady place. We have a steady place as long as my aunt says so. What if she sells? We'll have no home. We won't have no home. How do you know? I just know, Olivia said firmly. And stop pushing me. Oh. I just know, Olivia said firmly, and stop pushing me. Jabari got quiet, but anger flashed in his eyes. Olivia kept gathering proof, recording talks between Jabari and his mom. He caught one. Mom, she won't agree. What do we do? Go through the aunt. Find her. Talk to her directly. But Ollie won't give me her contact info. We'll find it another way. I know people in the healthcare system. We'll check every care place in the state. And if we can't find her, then we'll find another way. The main thing is to get that apartment. Olivia saved the recording. It was direct proof of what they wanted. The next morning, Jabari left for work earlier than usual. Olivia was alone and decided to look through his things. Her gut told her there was something important there. She opened the closet and checked the pockets of his jackets. In one, she found a crumpled paper with phone numbers. Next to the numbers were notes. Alcott, notary, Victor, value checker, Simone, real estate agent. Olivia took a picture of the paper and put it back. Then she opened the drawer of Jabari's desk. Inside was a notebook with a spiral. Olivia opened it and felt a chill. The first page had a clear step-by-step plan. Step 1, build trust. Time 3 months. Step 2, marry her. Make it official. Step 3, talk her into selling aunt's apartment. Reasons, not steady, chance for a better place, making the future safe. Step 4, contact aunt directly, offer a good price. Step 5, after sale, divorce, split the money 50-50 with mom. Olivia read it a few times. This was planned from the very start. Every step, every move. She was just a target. Her hands shook with rage. Olivia took pictures of every page of the notebook and put it back. Now she had clear proof. She went out onto the balcony and lit a cigarette. She had quit 3 years ago, but she couldn't handle the stress. She needed to calm down. Her phone buzzed. Text from Kesha. Ollie, urgent. Another ask about your apartment. This time they tried to find out who the real owner is. The ask came from a private detective. Olivia called Kesha. They hired a detective. Looks like it. The ask came in the day before yesterday. The detective said who he was and said he was finding family for a case about things left after someone dies. And what did they tell him? Normal info. The owner is Olivia Sterling. The apartment was bought 5 years ago. Nothing else is told without a formal paper. So he knows my name. Yes, but he doesn't know you're the same Olivia living in the place. For now, he thinks he's looking for the owner for a client. Got it. Thanks, Kesha. Olivia put out the cigarette. They were digging deeper. They hired a detective to find Aunt Zora. Soon, they would learn the truth. She had to act fast. Olivia called the lawyer Simone had suggested. They met the next day. The lawyer, a man in his 60s who had done this a long time, listened to Olivia, looking at all the proof, the sale paper, the talk recordings, the notebook with the plan, the ownership paper searches. You have a very good case, he said. The apartment was bought before the marriage, in your name only. Your husband has no rights to it. Also, you have proof that he married you for tricky reasons. What do I do? Ask for a divorce right away and don't tell them the truth about the apartment until the last second. Let them keep thinking it belongs to your aunt. But what if they find the aunt? They won't because she isn't real. Olivia nodded. That's right. Then you're all set. File the papers. I'll speak for you. The next day, Olivia asked for a divorce. Jabari got the papers at his office. He rushed home in anger. What is this? he yelled, waving the paper. It means I asked for a divorce, Olivia replied calmly. Why? Because I know everything about your other marriages, about the homes you took from your wives, and about the plan you and your mom are doing. Jabari turned pale. Who told you? It doesn't matter. What matters is that I know the truth. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I know the truth. Ollie, listen. Don't do this. I get it all. You married me for the apartment. You wanted to get it, sell it, and disappear, just like you did with your other wives. It's over. That's not true. Lying is useless. I have recordings of your talks with your mom. It's all written down. Jabari got quiet, then asked quietly, and what do you want? I want you to move out today. This is your aunt's apartment. I have a right to live here. No, you don't. Pack your bags and leave. I won't leave like this. I'll take this to a judge. I'll ask for half of what you have. Go ahead. Olivia gave a small smile. My lawyer is waiting. Jabari grabbed his jacket and rushed out. Olivia was left alone. The next few weeks were hard. Jabari called and texted, trying to talk her into changing her mind. Olivia didn't reply. Nyla Amora didn't sit still either, showing up at the building and asking to meet. Olivia didn't open the door. Then came the threats, calls and messages from numbers she didn't know. Olivia recorded everything and sent it to her lawyer. A month later, the court date came. Jabari asked for a split of what they had. Olivia showed all the proof, the original sale paper, the recorded talks, words from his old wives. Then came the moment of truth. Your Honor, Olivia's lawyer stood up. The home belongs only to my client, bought 5 years before the marriage. Mr. Amora has no legal ask for it. Jabari and Nyla exchanged surprised looks. But the apartment belongs to the aunt, Jabari cried out. There is no aunt, the lawyer said calmly. My client made up the family member to test what the person asking meant to do, and her fears were right. Quiet fell over the courtroom. Jabari slowly turned to Olivia. You lied. Yes, Olivia said firmly. The apartment was always mine. Nyla jumped up. You tricked my son. I protected my home from tricksters, Olivia replied calmly. The judge gave the ruling. The marriage was over. The apartment stayed with Olivia. Jabari sat still. Nyla hissed something into his ear, but he didn't move. Olivia stood up and left the courtroom. Her lawyer caught up with her in the hallway. Congratulations. A full win. Thank you. They will try to fight this. Be ready. I'm ready for anything. Olivia stepped out onto the street. The day was bright and sunny. She took a deep breath. Freedom. Her phone buzzed. A text from Jabari. We're not done talking. Olivia blocked the number. No more talks. A week later, Simone sent her a link to a news story. Home tricksters sentenced. How one woman stopped a criminal group. Olivia read it. The story told her story, but left out the names. The news person had talked to Jabari's old wives. They all thanked Olivia for having the courage to fight. If it weren't for her, we would never have found what was fair, said Svetlana in the talk. Olivia closed the story. She didn't want fame. She just protected herself. That evening, her mom called. Olivia hadn't talked to her in a long time. Their relationship had been hard since her mom got married again. Ollie, I read about your divorce. Are you okay? Yes, Mom, everything's fine. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. I've been a bad mom. You're a normal mom. Everyone has their own life. They talked for half an hour, really talking for the first time in years. Olivia felt their relationship fixing. A month passed. Nyla Amora made one last try. She came to Olivia's building early in the morning. Olivia was leaving for work and saw her mother-in-law by the door. We need to talk, Nyla said. We have nothing to talk about. You wrecked my son's life. No, you two tried to wreck mine. He loved you. He loved my apartment, or really, the apartment of the aunt who isn't real. Nyla stepped closer. We will find ways to get back what is rightfully ours. By what right? Olivia stood her ground. You are bad people and soon everyone will know it. You won't prove anything. I already have. I have recordings of your talks, the plan written in Jabari's hand, and the words of 3 women you tricked. Do you want to keep this talk at the police station? Nyla turned pale. You will be sorry for this. No, you will be sorry for this. Nyla turned and walked away. Olivia watched her go. That evening, a police detective called. Ms. Sterling, we have new proof against the Amoras. 2 more women have come forward, both tricked by their plan. What now? We are charging them with big crimes, big stealing and tricking. They are looking at serious prison time. Good. You'll need to say what you know. I'm ready. The trial for Jabari and Nyala Amora happened 3 months later. Olivia went as someone who saw it. The courtroom was full. News people, old wives, and people who were curious. The lawyer for the state read the charges, listing all the times and the total amount lost, over $20 million. The lawyers for them tried to explain their client's actions, but the proof was too strong. The judge gave the sentence. Nyla Amora, 8 years in federal prison. Jabari Amora, 6 years in federal prison. The guards led them away. Jabari looked back at Olivia. There was anger in his eyes, but also something else. Pity or just upset that the plan didn't work. Olivia left the courtroom. Svetlana, Anna, and the other tricked woman, Kendra, were waiting for her outside. Thank you, Svetlana said. If it weren't for you, we would still be living with this unfairness. You're welcome. I just protected myself. You did more than that. You stopped bad people. They stood, talked for a moment, and then went separate ways. Several months passed. Olivia went back to her normal life. Work was going well. She was even moved up. Now she was a top person who works with money with her own team. Her boss valued her skill and strength. Olivia, you went through a real hard time, he said during a meeting, and you didn't break. That says a lot. Her co-workers knew her story and treated her with respect. No one asked needless questions. In the evenings, Olivia went to the gym, the same one where she met Jabari. But now it didn't bring up any bad feelings. She had let go of the past. One day, a man in his 40s, tall and athletic with a nice smile, came up to her. Excuse me, could you tell me how this machine works? Olivia smiled. Course. They started talking. His name was Khalil. He was someone who designs buildings who had just moved to New York from Chicago. Maybe we could get a coffee after our workout, he suggested. Olivia paused. Part of her wanted to say yes, but another part was scared. Scared to trust a man again. Thank you, but no, she replied. I understand, Khalil nodded. If you change your mind, here's my card. Olivia took the card and put it in her pocket. At home, she stared at it for a long time. Maybe it's worth a try. Not all men are tricksters. But she wasn't ready yet. She needed time. 6 months after the trial, Olivia got a call from a number she didn't know. Hello, Olivia Sterling. This is Igor, the private detective. Do you remember me? Came to you a year ago. Remember. What do you want? I want to say sorry. I didn't know I was working for bad people. I thought I was doing a real search. When I found out the truth, I was shocked. I want to make it right. If you ever out the truth, I was shocked. I want to make it right. If you ever need any help, contact me. No charge. Thank you, but I hope I won't need it. Still keep my number. Olivia saved the contact just in case. That winter, Olivia decided to fix up the apartment. She had put it off for years, but now it was time to make the inside new. She hired a work crew and picked a design. She wanted a bright, open place with no dark corners and heavy curtains. Do you want something that means something? The designer asked. Something that will remind you of this important time in your life. Olivia thought about it. Yes, I want a big mirror by the door so every morning I can look at myself and remember I am strong. Great idea. The fixing up took 2 months. When the workers finished, Olivia walked through the apartment and hardly knew it. Everything had changed. It was brighter, more open and cozier. A new life in a new space. In the spring, Olivia made up her mind. She pulled out Khalil's card and called him. Hi, this is Olivia from the gym. Oh, hi. I'd given up hope of hearing from you. Sorry for the long quiet. Things were hard. Understand. Is everything okay now? Do you still want to meet for that coffee? Love to. They met at a local coffee shop. The talk was easy and natural. Khalil was an interesting man. He talked about his projects, travels, and plans. What do you do? He asked. I'm someone who works with money. That's cool. Tough job. Can be, but it's interesting. They talked for 3 hours. Olivia felt comfortable, relaxed, and free of worry. Can I see you again? Khalil asked as they said goodbye. Yes, you can. They started dating slowly, carefully. Olivia took her time, checking every word and move, but Khalil was real. He talked openly about his past, hid nothing and never pushed her. After a month, Olivia realized he was different, not like Jabari. A year passed. Olivia and Khalil were still dating, but she wasn't ready for a serious promise. He didn't push. I know what you've been through, he said. I won't rush you. Olivia liked that. One day he asked, so where do you live? I have my own apartment. That's great. Did you buy it yourself? Yes, 5 years ago. Good for you. That was it. No more digging. No strong interest in the home. Just real happiness for her. Olivia smiled. Yes, he was definitely different. That summer, Olivia got a letter from Jabari in prison. She thought about whether to open it, then decided to. Olivia, I'm writing to you, though I know I have no right. I want to say I'm sorry. I was weak, greedy, and silly. My mom always taught me that money was all that mattered, and love was not real. I believed it, and I lost the most important thing. Yes, I know I didn't truly love you, but I could have if not for my mom, the plan, and my greed. You were special, smart, strong, beautiful. I didn't see your worth. Now I understand it's too late. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I just want you to know you were right about everything. Jabari. Olivia read it a few times, then burned the letter, not out of hate, but because it simply wasn't needed anymore. A week later, a second letter. This time from one of Jabari's old wives, Svetlana. Dear Olivia, I want to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I finally got money for my lost apartment. The court told Jabari and his mom to pay me from what they have. It won't give me back 5 years of my life spent fighting, but it's some fairness. You are a hero. If it weren't for your courage, we all would have stayed tricked. Thank you from my whole heart, Svetlana. Olivia smiled. Her fight had helped more than just herself. August was hot. Olivia took a vacation, her first in 2 years. She decided to go to the coast. Khalil offered to go with her, but she said no. I need to be alone to think about my life. Understand, he nodded. Have a great trip. Olivia went to the Gulf Coast, renting a small beach house. It was quiet with few visitors. For the first few days she just lay on the beach, swam and read books. She did nothing but just be. On the evening of the 4th day, an older woman came up to her. Gray hair, kind eyes, a light dress. Excuse me, do you mind some company? She asked. No, please sit. The woman's name was Sister May. She was 78. She had been coming here every summer for 30 years since her husband died. This is the only place where I feel calm, she said. Feel him here. They started talking. Sister May turned out to be a very wise woman. She told stories from her life and gave advice. You're young and beautiful, but I see worry in your eyes. What happened? Olivia was surprised. How do you know? Age gives you the skill to read people. Tell me if you want to. Olivia told her everything, from meeting Jabari to the divorce and the trial. Sister May listened closely, never stopping her. Do you know what you did right? She asked at the end. You weren't afraid to look like you were worrying too much. Many women are afraid to seem suspicious or silly. They put up with things. They stay quiet. They hope. And you listened to your gut feeling and saved yourself. But I lied from the very start. That's okay. That's protecting yourself. You felt danger without thinking and started a way to protect yourself. Believe me, a woman's gut feeling is rarely wrong. If something inside tells you not to trust, you must listen. But what if I'm just being too careful? What if someone is good and I push him away? It's better to be too careful and be wrong than to trust and lose everything. Good people will understand your carefulness. Bad people will push you and want you to trust them right away. Olivia thought about it. Yes, Jabari had rushed things, asking to marry after 4 months, saying they had to get married, saying they couldn't waste time. Khalil, on the other hand, was patient, waiting, respecting her speed. Thank you, Olivia said. You helped me figure things out. You're welcome, dear. Go live and be happy. You deserve happiness. Coming back from vacation, Olivia felt a rush of strength. Her mind was clear. Decisions came easily. She invited Khalil over for dinner at her apartment, the first time in their relationship. Are you sure? He asked. I can wait. I'm sure. Come at 8. Olivia cooked all day, wanting everything to be perfect. Khalil came with flowers and wine. What a beautiful apartment, he said, looking around. Did you do the fixing up yourself? Yes, after the divorce, I decided to make the space new. You did a great job. I can feel your good energy. They had dinner, drank wine, and talked. Khalil, I want to tell you something, Olivia began. I've been through a lot. Divorce, court, being tricked. It changed me. I became careful, not trusting. That's normal, Khalil nodded. But I don't want the past to get in our way. I trust you, and I want you to know this apartment is mine. I bought it myself before I married Jabari. He tried to take it, but he couldn't. That's amazing. Khalil took her hand. You are a strong woman, and I look up to you, really. Not everyone could handle a hard time like that, and you not only handled it, but helped others. Olivia felt a warmth in her chest. He understood. He was there for her. Thank you for being here, she said. Thank you, too. Fall came suddenly. It turned cold, and rain poured down. Olivia was walking home from work under her umbrella. She was in a good mood. Work was going great. Her relationship with Khalil was going well. Her life was coming together. By the door, a woman was standing, wet, thin, with a sad look in her eyes. Are you Olivia? She asked. Yes. Who are you? I'm Anita, Jabari's fourth wife. Olivia got tense. What do you want? To talk. May I? They went up to the apartment. Olivia made some tea. Anita told her story. She met Jabari 6 years ago. He hadn't yet divorced his second wife. He promised Anita that she was the last, that he truly loved her. I owned a small store. It was doing okay. Jabari said we should make it bigger and get a loan. I said yes. He put everything in his name, saying it was for tax reasons. Then the store vanished. The loan was left to me. I'm still paying it. Why didn't you sue? I tried. I couldn't prove anything. He had fake papers, fake deals. Everything was carefully planned. And now he's in prison, thanks to you. I came to thank you. You're welcome. I was just protecting myself. You did more than that. You stopped them. They would have kept going if it weren't for you. You're welcome. I was just protecting myself. You did more than that. You stopped them. They would have kept going if it weren't for you. Anita left after an hour. Olivia was left alone. She wondered how many more tricked women there were, how many women had lost money, homes, or businesses. She knew she had to tell her story so other women wouldn't fall into the same trap. The next day, Olivia called Simone. Simone, I want to give a talk for the news. I want to tell my story to everyone. Really? Yes. So women know how to see these tricksters. It's a brave choice. Are you sure? Yes. The talk was in a big women's magazine 2 weeks later, taking 5 pages. Olivia told everything. How she met Jabari, how she felt the trick, how she got proof, and how she won the court case. At the end, she gave advice. 1. Listen to your gut feeling. If something inside tells you not to trust, don't ignore that voice. 2. Don't rush into big choices. Good people will wait. Bad people will hurry you. 3. Check information. Google names, ask friends, and check what people say. 4. Don't be afraid to seem suspicious. It's better to be too careful than to lose everything. 5. Write everything down. Record talks, save messages, and make copies of papers. 6. Don't put up with it. If you feel in danger, act right away. Contact lawyers, the police, and friends. And most of all, you are stronger than you think. You will get through this. After the magazine came out, the magazine's email got over 300 letters from women. They all thanked Olivia for her honesty and advice. Many told similar stories. Olivia read the letters and knew she had done the right thing. Her story was helping people. That winter, a book company that does self-help books asked Olivia to write a book. Your story is special, the editor said. It can help thousands of women. But I'm not a writer. We will help you. We'll hire someone to write it with you. You just have to tell the story. Olivia said yes. For the next 3 months, she wrote, remembering details, putting the timeline together, and thinking about her mistakes. Khalil was there for her. You're doing important work. Be proud of yourself. The book, called Intuition Never Lies, How I Protected Myself from Family Tricksters, came out in the spring. The first printing sold out in a week. The company printed more. Olivia was asked to go on TV, radio, and to meetings. She told her story again and again. You've become a sign of fighting back, the newsperson would say. I was just protecting myself, Olivia would answer, but inside she understood. Yes, she had become an example that a woman can stand up for herself, that she shouldn't put up with things, stay quiet, or just hope. She must act. That summer at a meeting, a 25-year-old woman came up to Olivia. "Hello, my name is Kai. I read your book. Nice to meet you. I hope it helped." It helped so much. "You see, I've been seeing a man for 6 months. He's kind and pays attention, but lately he started asking about my parents' house. He says he wants to know where we'll live after we get married." "And what made you worried?" "He's too pushy. He keeps asking, who owns it? Do they have papers? Can it be sold? And what did you decide?" I checked his past. It turns out he's been married twice. Both wives owned a home. After the divorces, both were left with nothing. Olivia nodded. "And what did you do?" "I ended it right away. No reason needed. Thanks to your book, I knew I can't put up with it. I can't give a second chance. You did the right thing. Thank you. You saved me." Olivia hugged the young woman. It was for moments like this that the book was worth writing. In the fall, Khalil asked her to marry him. Not with a big show or fireworks, but simply at home during dinner. "Ali, I want to be with you forever. Marry me." Olivia looked at him. Honest eyes, an open face, no pretending. "I need to think about it," she replied. Khalil wasn't upset. "Of course. Take all the time you need. Give me a month." "Okay." Olivia really thought for a whole month, thinking, looking at it, and checking her feelings. She asked herself, do I trust him? Yes. Do I love him? Yes. Am I ready to promise? Yes. But was the fear still there? Yes, too. The fear of making another mistake, the fear of falling into a trap again. She called a person who helps with feelings. The helper listened to her story and asked questions. "Your fear is okay," she said. "You went through a hard thing. It's normal to be afraid of." Olivia did exactly that. She met Khalil's mom, a sweet woman, a retired teacher. She met his friends. Everyone said good things about him. She even talked to his mom, a sweet woman, a retired teacher. She met his friends. Everyone said good things about him. She even talked to an old girlfriend. They had broken up in a nice way and stayed friends. She ran a test. She asked to borrow a lot of money. Khalil said no. "Ali, I would help, but I just got a loan to fix up my workspace. I don't have extra money. If it's very important, I can ask my mom." No tricking, no pushing. After a month, Olivia gave him her answer. "Yes, I will marry you." The wedding was small. Close friends and family. No big spending or waste. Olivia wore a simple white dress. Khalil wore a normal suit. The ceremony was outside by a lake. A sunny day, a warm breeze, happy faces. When they traded rings, Olivia felt it. This is right. This is my choice, knowing and thought about. At the party after, friends gave toasts to their strong family, love, and happiness. Simone came up to Olivia. "I'm so proud of you. You went through so much and didn't break. Thank you. I wouldn't have made it without your help. You made it yourself. I was just there." That evening when the guests had left, Khalil hugged Olivia. "Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for earning my trust." They stood by the lake and watched the sun go down. A new life had started. A year passed. Olivia and Khalil lived in her apartment. He never said they should move or asked to have his name on the papers. "This is your apartment," he said. "I'm just living here with you." Olivia loved that. She loved the respect for her space. The book sold 100,000 copies. The company said to do another one about how to build good relationships after a hard time. Olivia said yes. The topic was right and important. At work, she was moved up again. Now she was in charge of a whole part of the company. Her pay doubled. She was moved up again. Now she was in charge of a whole part of the company. Her pay doubled. "You're our best worker," the top boss said. "We won't let you go for anything." Life was good. Really good. One evening, Olivia was sitting at home, working on her new book. Khalil was making dinner in the kitchen. The phone rang. A number she didn't know. "Hello. Hello. This is Nyala Amora's lawyer. Olivia got tense. I'm listening. My client is in prison. Her health has gotten worse. Doctors say she should get out early for health reasons. And what does that have to do with me? She asks you not to say no to her getting out early. She promises never to bother you again. Olivia was quiet for a moment. Tell her this. I will not say no. But if she ever tries to contact me or Khalil, I will fight it, and she will go back to prison. Understood. Yes. Thank you. Olivia hung up. Khalil came out of the kitchen. Who was that? Nyala Amora's lawyer. And they asked me not to say no to her getting out early. I said yes. You said yes. Yes, let her live. I'm not mean. Khalil hugged her. You are kind. I'm just happy, and I don't need payback. It was the truth. Olivia was really happy. She had a job she loved, a loving husband, her own home, and plans for the future. Jabori and his mom stayed in the past. That's where they belonged. Olivia stood up, walked to the window, and looked at her paper that says she owns it, her apartment, her safety. And she thought, when I married him, I never told my fiancé or his mom that the apartment we were living in was mine. And how right I was to keep that secret, because right after the wedding, his mom and he started to weave their nets, looking for ways to take the home through tricks and planning. They messed up. Olivia didn't put up with it. She acted fast, with decision, and firmly, and she won because strong women don't put up with things. They protect themselves. They fight, and they win. The story, you can support me by sending a super thanks so I can keep bringing more stories like this. Thank you so much for your sweet support. I'm looking forward to your comments on the story. On the screen, you can see 2 new life stories that I really think you should see. There's so much more on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next life story with love and respect.